Cancer, my loves. How are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Fool wants to come out. All right. Fool reversed. Resistance to a new beginning. Yes, I'm going to pull a few cards for you initially to kind of give an outline of the situation that you're in a sort of surface energy kind of way, and then we'll dig underneath and look at core issues, and we'll try and ask some questions that I think are useful, the type of questions that seem useful to someone in your situation, and maybe we'll look at potential outcomes and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try and give you an outline of the situation first so that you can work out if it's your reading or not. The Lovers, sideways. Kind of want to come out in reverse, to be honest. It feels like it should be reverse. It feels like devil energy. I don't know. The Lovers in reverse, I'm feeling it as a kind of devil energy. It's the weirdest thing. And as I sat down to do your read, I was feeling a kind of devil energy. So this devil energy can kind of relate to a feeling of being really bound to someone or something. And you see it because the devil card and the Lovers card in Rider Waite are very similar. In the devil card we can see both people are bound. Now we don't have that here, but it has come out in reverse and it is giving me that devil energy feeling. I don't know how else to say it. We'll see if the devil actually makes its way into your reading when we dig. I don't know. This feels like a situation that on the surface presents as kind of loving and equal, but underneath I'm not so sure. And it might be quite a new situation actually. And I feel like you're resisting it. And it's confusing you. That's why you're resisting it, yes. Yes. But also I think you sense the energy underneath here. I think you sense the potential that underneath this there's something that's not quite right. Even though on the surface it all seems shiny and new and exciting. This could relate to a romantic situation. It could be something that relates to a job, a friendship, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Take it as it applies. Yeah. Do bear in mind, by the way, this is a collective reading, okay? So not every single message is necessarily going to resonate with you. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story, don't take it. Also, do not use the cards to make decisions, please. Just use the cards to prompt your thoughts, get your thoughts in order, sort of thing. Prompt your own intuition, that sort of thing. But anyway, to give a rough outline of this situation that I think the Cancer that I'm looking at is in, shiny and new and exciting on the surface, but you're a Cancer that's feeling a sense of confusion. And I think, you know, you're pretty intuitive, I think, Cancer, and I just feel that it's almost like it is presenting to you like this. This situation is presenting to you like this, as equal and fair and something that could be really loving, and but it's almost like, you know, there's something a bit off about it. We'll see when we dig underneath it. But yeah, just to give you an outline of the situation so you can gauge if this is your reading. I hope that's enough for you to go on. And I think now I'm going to dig underneath this Fool energy, because that was the first card out. Why it's ended up in the middle, I don't know. I just place the cards kind of intuitively, really, when I'm doing a freestyle spread like this, when I'm not doing past, present, future or whatever. This all feels like current energy, by the way. So let's get underneath this Fool, because I am feeling some... It's like new and shiny and sparkly. It's like offering you a new start. There's some sort of offer of a new path or new beginning here, but I sense your resistance to it, and I'm not feeling that your resistance is entirely unfounded, okay? Often when I see the Fool and I see resistance to it, or if I see Death cards and I see resistance to a new beginning, I'm like, well, what's going on within this person that they're resistant to something that seems good? But I don't think it's like that here. Anyway, let's find out about this new shiny thing, in your life. Yeah, okay. A 7 of Swords, an 8 of Swords in reverse, sorry. A 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and an 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. So it's I do feel like I do feel like there's a decision involved in this. It's like you're toying with yourself whether to decide to walk down this path that seems all shiny and new and exciting. And there's a lot of hope contained within it, because the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Swords in this particular deck, which is the deck I learned tarot on, it's so full of hope, this card. It's just because the way we've got this chrysalis bundled up, and it's like it's so full of hope, like what can happen when this unfurls, right? And I kind of feel like, look, and there the butterfly is unfurled. It's kind of like this path that's all glittery and shiny. Oh my God, I just saw a pair of glittery Doc Martens. What on earth is that all about? That's obviously something very specific for some of you. Some of you might be having a bit of retail therapy going on here. Okay, in an attempt to kind of free yourself, but deep down you know it's not really very freeing. That's the weirdest thing. I'm sorry, that just came through. Shiny Doc Martens. Okay. Cool. Let me know in the comments if that applies to you. I mean, I suppose it's a sort of metaphorical, symbolic thing that it kind of makes sense in what we're saying, you know, especially because a new path, you walk down a new path. I can just see you walking down this new path in your glittery Doc Martens, thinking like, my path ahead is so shiny and gold, full of promise. I'm going to put my shiny Doc Martens on and walk down it. I don't know, it's so weird. Glittery Doc Martens. What was I saying? Eight of Swords. It's almost like, you know, you've got so much potential. You know that, because these feel like kind of barriers. So often with the Eight of Swords, it's like the barriers are kind of you getting in your own way, your own thoughts. There is a stuck feeling with this card. It's reversed, so it feels like the potential here is to become unstuck. And it feels like this glittery new path you've identified as something that could hopefully help you feel unstuck. Hopefully you could go down this path, unfurl your wings like a butterfly, and there will be no swords there. There will be no swords down this path to break your wings when you open. However, you have doubts. It's in reverse. This energy is something not quite right about this energy. Also, this actual unfurled butterfly, which moves on from that next card in a very non-traditional way, because it's actually a Two of Pentacles, and it is representing a choice here as well. But it's in reverse as well. They're both in reverse. It's almost like you feel you're kidding yourself that there's not going to be any swords down this path. Not that if there is swords down that path it's necessarily a bad thing, it's just how you deal with them. But I don't think it's as glittery. And I mean, look, shiny cups, shiny exciting cups. It's backing up what I've already said. But it's like, I mean, there's a snake in that cup, for example. I don't know. I think your doubt over this path, whatever it is, whatever that represents to you, whether that is a person, a love relationship, or if it's just a new direction for you to take yourself in, or a new career option or something like that, I almost feel like you feel a doubt, and the doubt is founded, which I think I said already. And you know, this is the Eight of Pentacles, which traditionally is talking about consistency and diligent hard work and all that, and putting the work in to make the growth happen. It's almost like this path is a shortcut. It shortcuts the need for this Eight of Pentacles energy, and deep down you know that anything that offers that type of shortcut probably isn't really going to deliver. But also I'm getting from this card the sense that, like, because if you're a butterfly flying down this path and you come along this web, you're going to stick to this web and you'll get, Betty, come on, have some dignity. Seriously, come on now. I'm so sorry about my cat's bum. I'm so sorry about my cat's bum cancer. I'm so sorry. She's never been quite that bad before. Honestly, I mean, I do have to protect her dignity quite a lot, but that was outrageous. It's almost like if you go down this path, you know, as this beautiful butterfly. Oh, right, that's it. Just knock all my oracle cards on the floor. God, you're such an attention seeker. This is Betty, if you're new. She likes to join in. She's a Taurus. It's almost like you know this path, and as you're this beautiful butterfly wearing Doc Martens, just ignore that, I'm sorry. You're this beautiful butterfly going down this path. It's almost like you know, it might be a bit of a trap almost. Like it might lead to getting stuck in a whole new way. So here you can't unfurl because you're getting in your own way. These sorts, yeah, like your thoughts or whatever. And then it's like, actually though, there might be a new trap down this path. Hope that makes sense. Should we get underneath this lover's energy now? Okay, tell me more about this lovers in reverse, please, because I'm getting devil vibes. But we'll see. Something beautiful cold come up now. Like the Ten of Cups will come out now and I'll be like, right, okay. I don't know. But anyway, even if it's a Ten of Cups, it's like, Ten of Cups can be like a dream that's never going to come true anyway. I don't know why I started about it. Well, maybe that's kind of... Why am I mentioning that? I must be mentioning it for a reason. I mean, maybe that's kind of this hope you have for this path, but deep down, you know. Deep down, I just feel, you know, it's like, what's at the end of the path? I think it's available to you. I think you can get to it. But this short route that's being presented to you, I think you know it's not it. I think you know you're going to have to take a slightly more meandering path for it to be worth it. And anyway, half the deal is the journey, right? Half the fun is the journey, right? Well, half the point is the journey, no? I don't know. Knight of Swords almost wanted to show its face. So what's underneath this lover's energy for Cancer, please? I feel like this reading's slightly strange and far out, but whatever. Six of Cups. Interesting. I'd just take a look at her face, actually, if I were you. See what you're getting off that yourselves. Because she doesn't look entirely convinced to me. Just like I feel you aren't about that reverse Fool. She didn't look convinced. What else underneath the Six of Cups? Anyway, whatever this is, if it's a person or a path or a thing or a job, it's like you do feel a deep pull towards it. Six of Cups bonds are at a soul level. It just feels like there's a deep pull towards something here. But I will say, like, not all Six of Cups soul connections kind of work out in a forever fairy tale sort of way. You can have connections that you feel that deep soul pull, but they're just there to teach you something, and they can be hard to let go of. From the Seven of Cups to the Six of Cups, hey? Tell me all about this lovers in reverse for Cancer, please. Two of Cups. Oh, wow. That's something, isn't it? Oh, a load of cards fell out there. I didn't realise so many had come out. I probably wouldn't have pulled them all if I'd known. Knight of Wands, the Star, Three Pentacles in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the Fool in reverse again. Taking us back over here. You're reluctant to take the leap. There's that pull. There's that pull I mentioned. It's almost like magnetic pull. A magnetic pull. You think there might be some healing available to you down this path. And when I was saying about it happening for a reason, when I was saying about these Six of Cups connections happening for a reason, this is it. This is the reason. A reverse Tower. It's about teaching you who you are. Finding out things about yourself, knowing who you are at your core. I don't know. It's... I mean, you've got the Six of Cups out and the Two of Cups. It's... it is just like a connection, a pull just on a soul level here. Like I've already said, I mean, yeah, if it's romantic, you are like head over feet. Go and listen to that, the Alanis Morissette song. There's a reason I said that. But you have a resistance to it. You're head over feet with resistance. How does that make sense? Head over your glittery Doc Martens feet. I'm not going to let it go, these Doc Martens. I don't know why that came through to me. It was so funny. I feel at some point... Okay, so I'm sort of looking at this as the future of this connection now. I mean, 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Star. That's beautiful. I can't deny that. I'm now feeling that this sort of doubt and reluctance that you have to go down this path is that because you know this connection is going to make you look at yourself in a way that might be quite difficult for you, because it's always hard to look at ourselves, isn't it? Oh, that's why the devil... That's why I'm getting that devil energy. And it's not devil energy in the sense of obsession or unhealthy patterns of behaviour. It's devil energy in the sense of looking at your shadow self, looking at the parts of yourself that you don't like. That's where the reluctance comes from. So I have to say, I don't know if I initially read that a little bit kind of wrong. I mean, it will resonate with some of you anyway, and the nature of these readings, collaborative, what's the collective readings, they can end up a little bit disjointed like that anyway, so it all comes out for a reason. But I'm now sort of feeling that this 8 of Pentacles that I was worried about, you getting caught in this web, yes, caught in a web of who am I, caught in a web of needing to do hard work in order to discover who I am, but actually not a web of a trap. It feels less like that now, because there's incredible... this is incredible, really. This is incredible energy. I mean, that's beautiful, and it feels like there's so much healing can take place in this connection. It does feel like there's a possibility for this connection to hit a bit of a wall, whereby that sort of easy flow, that easy sense of collaboration may hit some obstacles, and that's sort of what's going to trigger you to look at yourself and who you are and who am I and what are my needs within this relationship, sort of thing. I don't know. Betty, my love, you are a munchkin. Can you get down, please? You're making my cards go everywhere. Honestly. I think my glittery Doc Martens cancers deserve better. Yes, so reluctance to go down this path, but like, to be honest, once you get a glimpse of this energy, I think all that reluctance is going to fall away, because that is absolutely beautiful energy that's available down this path for you. It is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So here we go. I'm going to get underneath this 7 of Cups now for you. Yeah. I do feel like the 8 of Pentacles is kind of asking you to take it slowly. And I can see that once you get a feel for this energy, you might struggle to take it slowly. So, yeah, that's what that devil energy was all about. Shadow work. Devil energy can be that shadow work, looking at your shadow self, looking at the hard bits of yourself, the bits, yeah. And that often happens in relationships. And the trick is working out. The trick is working out. The trick is knowing that the relationship in question is a safe place to be able to do that. And, you know, as we see the energy here, just underneath the surface, yes, it looks safe. And then when this Three of Pentacles energy creeps in, it does seem like there's potential for a bit of a shift there into it feeling less collaborative. So I just keep an eye on that, you know, and trust your own gut and keep checking in with yourself about what you are feeling. Am I feeling like me being vulnerable in this connection would be a good vulnerability? Because sometimes I think we can find ourselves being vulnerable in a connection even despite it not feeling safe. We keep on with that vulnerability. So I'm just with this Three of Pentacles energy in reverse. In fact, this is past energy for some of you. Anyway, that's just the nature of tarot. I feel like half the point of this connection is to help you discern that within yourself. When is me being vulnerable good, and when is it like a good vulnerability, and when is it sort of a bad vulnerability? Like, when am I being vulnerable despite not feeling that safety? And yes, the safety, I feel the safety here for you in this energy. I feel potentially the safety goes AWOL here. Hence that initial doubt and trepidation. But you never know, do you? You never know until you take that leap and try it. I mean, obviously, yeah, there's obvious red flags that you can see sometimes that tell you not to go down that route, but I'm not seeing any obvious red flags. I'm just seeing your doubt. And obviously, initially I did say your doubt was founded. Cancer. Cancer. Am I contradicting myself? Man, maybe you're contradicting yourself, eh? You've got good boots, though. I'm obsessed with those Doc Martens that I'm seeing you in. But you're pulled towards it. God, you're pulled towards it. And maybe that's part of your doubt as well. Maybe you don't trust your own pulls. It's difficult. All of this is difficult. It's all difficult stuff. But whatever happens, I do see that it's going to teach you a lot about yourself. This is like an inner transformation. It's just, it might be quite radical. And so there is sometimes pain associated with it, with a tower like that. Let's just look at your confusion. Let's look at this Seven of Pentacles energy. I meant Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's nothing more for me to say about it, actually. I've said it all. When we have already discussed your confusion, haven't we, anyway? And I was thinking as I was pulling it, really, though, is there anything else for me to say? The moon's come out alongside that. I love it when we get repeat cards like that. I love it when you clarify and you get the same card. Why's the moon come out then? I think it's just about seeing yourself more clearly. I think your confusion that you're feeling towards this, let's call it connection, this path, let's call it that, whatever. The confusion you're feeling is due to the areas which you don't know yourself all that well, due to that shadow self, yeah. And that's what the moon speaks to. The moon speaks to illusion, bits of ourselves that we hide from ourselves. So I think what these cards are really telling us here is you're finding it difficult to make a choice because of the areas in which you don't know yourself. But it's almost like going down this path that you're doubtful about, does end up teaching you more about yourself anyway. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I feel like you've already made your mind up to go down this path despite you not knowing. In fact, I feel like this is past energy for loads of you and you've already been down yourself. And then, you know what, I just feel like this tower thing, the Three of Pentacles, is just like this hindsight thing. It's this hindsight thing with these choices. And it's almost like when you've been through all this, you're going to look back at that initial stage of confusion and be like, wow, if I knew myself then like I know myself now, the choices would have been obvious. But it's almost like it's a whole process you've got to go through to get there. And the way this reading is coming through, I don't know, some of you have actually already been through this whole entire process, and this reading would be something that hopefully you're watching and it's just helping you sort of confirm your own experience and give a bit more meaning to your own experience or something like that. Whereas some of you, I do feel like you are in this full energy at the moment and you're unsure about how to take the leap. And I guess this is giving you some insight as to how it might pan out. And I'm just trying to... the reason I'm saying all this is I am just conscious of the Cancers who are watching this, who are in this full energy, and they're thinking, well, what step should I take? And probably the reason you're watching this is to sort of try and unpick which path to take, really, because you know about your own doubts, but you also know about the pull you're feeling. And I'm just thinking, like, what can I say to those Cancers? I don't know. It almost feels like... you know... I just think, despite your doubts, your mind's kind of already made up or something. Anyway, I don't know. It's like you know that all that glitters is not gold, but I don't know. Maybe it's copper. Maybe it's silver. Maybe I'll learn something if I go down that path and find out that it's copper or silver, even if it's not actually gold, sort of thing. And it's like, you know, I feel like you've got a certain trust about yourself actually here, Cancer, and you're like, right, there's no actual red flags at the moment. I have this nagging doubt. I can't see any actual red flags at the moment. And it's like, I feel like you know you're on the verge of being in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And even though you know that beautiful energy might not necessarily last, it's almost like you trust yourself to make the right choice if that energy doesn't last. And even though you don't know everything about yourself that there is to know, because who does, but you know that in making that right choice to move away from any disturbances in this energy, say, you almost know that it's going to teach you a lesson and that you're going to learn something from it. So it's like, yes, I'm doubtful about this path. I'm not quite convinced that, you know, this thing that presents as this beautiful love energy on the surface, when we dig and dig and dig, is always going to stay there. But I know that when I get under there, I'm going to make the right decision, because I'm a Cancer that, like, I don't know everything about myself, but I'm learning about myself. I'm aware of myself, and I can make the right decisions when the time comes. Even if that means I'm going to look back and be like, oh, in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But yes, you should, because you've learned something. I hope that makes sense to some of you. I feel like that was a bit of a strange reading. I hope you like your new glittery Doc Martens. I'm going to leave it there for you. All right, I hope it made sense to you. I really do. Let me know in the comments. Give it a like if you liked it. If you've not subscribed already and you like the reading, this is sort of my style. I do past, present, future readings as well. Subscribe, hang around. Sorry, and I'll see you later. All right, Cancers. Bye.